It is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Time for another Fireside Chat with Dizzy, and you can see the fuzzy little puppy dog is over there. The horses are in the round pen, and yes, it is early for doing the Fireside Chat. But they keep changing the forecast, and one time they say we're going to have rain Saturday and Sunday evening, and other times they're saying, well, it's just going to be Sunday evening. And I decided I am not taking the chance, and I am just having my fire tonight. And we could really use the rain. We had been 4 inches under. We have not had any rain for, boy, I'm not really sure now how many days it's been. We had 1/4 of an inch. I'm trying to remember what day that was. But it was not nearly anywhere near as much as we need. And I don't know if you can tell, the stuff that I am burning tonight in the fire, that is all stuff that I raked out of the back of the Jeep. I'm not out of the Jeep, out of the back of the truck. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get much wood in the Jeep. Speaking of the Jeep, when I've had fires at night and I go to get Callie in the Jeep, I've had one little tiny problem. And that is dark out here when I go to leave. I get out of my area, go to get in the Jeep, and it's like I can't always see Callie. And I have at times put the leash on her, and then I said to myself a couple of weeks ago, duh, this is stupid. Instead of parking on the outside and going through the gate, why don't I just open the gate, park the Jeep in between the gates where I normally park when I have feed, and then that way I don't have to worry about not being able to see Callie when I'm ready to leave. I do have a flashing collar for her, a light up collar, but it broke. It no longer works right. I charged it up. At first I couldn't get it to turn on, and then it finally went on, and it was blinking, and I couldn't get it to shut off. So I put it underneath my couch, and I ordered another one. That's supposed to be here on Tuesday. I will be glad when the weather is really good out here, because, I like to come out on Sundays and I want to be able to camp. It's warm enough now. They're calling for rain this Sunday night and possibly next Sunday night. So I may even camp out here on a Friday. Who knows? Let's see. Horses. Like I said, they are in the round pen. And I am pleased to announce that Misty looks like she's finally starting to put some weight back on. She doesn't seem quite as skinny. Like I said, I have upped her weight. Of course, the grass is coming in better. There's actually been some days where I haven't had to put out hay, and days when I've put out hay and they didn't eat it. So I will be raking up what they don't eat and dumping it over the fences this week. Probably won't be cleaning the field until Wednesday, because they're calling for rain on Tuesday. Plus I have a free dinner I get to go to for information on Medicare. It doesn't seem possible that in less than a year I'm going to have to go on Medicare. And it's like I just have so many questions about it and don't really know anything much about it. Except for I know you need to have it before you turn 65, and if you don't, that there's penalties, and then you have to pay the penalties for life. It's like, I don't need that. So this will help me get everything figured out. So, but anyway, that's the horses. Chickens. I was going to spend some time this week working on getting my one chicken, the new chicken area done, getting a nice broody box in there. Well, couldn't find my drill first off, and didn't know somebody had borrowed it. Started cleaning. I think I mentioned that last week, and found it. But then it's like, I'm going to get that area all cleaned up so that I don't lose it. And I was going to work on it yesterday. I had the day all planned out. I needed my saw with me because I needed to cut some boards. And I get here, the owner's granddaughter, her oldest granddaughter, had been out. She left 3 gates open. which wouldn't have been a problem except for one itty-bitty tiny thing. It meant that her little mini stud was now in a field where he did not belong. And I tried to get him caught with no luck. Tried to get the horses in their stalls so that I could feed them, and that was a disaster. It meant that when the owner of the farm got down here with her handyman to do some work, there was extra work that had to be done, and because it needed 2 people, and I'm a little bit more mobile than she is, I helped him get the stuff done. That meant that I didn't get my work done, and was going to do it today, and it was just too hot out here. I got out here later than I wanted to, and I wanted to get some trash cleaned up, which I did do that, so at least that's done. House. I have not really gotten a lot done this week because I've still been in that funk, but I'm coming out of it. I actually did do some work in the yard. One thing that I did was I had a lot of wood. You can see it piled up there that I'd had at home for campfires. It never got used, so I brought that out to use for campfires out here. The cherry that I got, that may very possibly go for campfires as well. We'll see. I'm going to get that all cut up hopefully this week. I did start getting the garden all weeded because I want to be able to get that all set up for whoever buys the house. One thing I did do, I had a pile of blankets and coats in the basement that I needed to wash up to get rid of. And the majority of them are washed up, so that is helping. So I think that's about it for me for tonight. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The chickens that this other person wants, they are going to be working on getting the area set up this week. So hopefully they'll be gone by the end of the week, and hopefully I'll have a lot done so that it won't be too much longer before I can get the new area for the chickens all set up. The farm owner is getting the 1 chicken house, and I do have a bit of time to wait to give her that. My sister has a summer place up Lake George area. She will be going up there in the not too distant future. This will be her first time up there since her husband died. I am planning to go up for a few days, and so I'm just going to be bringing my home chickens out so that I don't have to worry about any of the neighbors feeding chickens for me. So it would be that I'd get out here on a Tuesday, do all of my work, and shoot up from here. It takes about 5 hours, so it would need somebody to feed on Wednesday and Thursday, and I'd leave up there early on Friday so that I'd be back. Let me see, if probably like around 1 or so. So if somebody feeds on Friday for me as well, then it would just mean that I'd have to just stop and get eggs and put out hay and whatnot. So that's where I am for the week, and I'll talk at you later.